All right, Sean Williams, Rivals.com. We're here with Marcel Reed, QB at the NBA. Marcel, you've been a little busy this spring. Just talk about colleges you've been to so far and just kind of visits you've taken and impressions of each school, I guess.
So earlier this month, I went to Clemson, Ole Miss, and then a few days ago I was at Arkansas, and I've also been to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
All the places are great, just trying to hit every school before, time to make a decision, which probably I will in June or July, early summer, just before the season starts. Yeah.
Just talk about Clemson first, what do you like about them?
Good program, obviously. Dabo Swinney does a lot of great things. They've had multiple 10-win seasons back-to-back. Had a lot of conference championships, and they have a good offensive staff. And I think what they're going to do there in the future is a great thing. With Venables leaving and then others coming in, I'm sure they'll rebuild. But I'm sure they're going to be the same team that they have been recently.
Yeah. Anything really stick out while you were there?
I really love the campus when I'm up there. It's really nice out there. It's in Clemson, South Carolina. It's just a beautiful place, and great weather. Whether it's like cold or not, it always feels good and it looks nice. What also stood out to me is just like the team, how they practice. Is really nice. The indoor, the outdoor. The transition, how they do it. It's really nice to me.
Yeah. I guess next on the list was Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Talk about that, your relationship with those coaches, that visit, what stuck out to you and everything.
What stuck out to me is just the relationships, what you just said. Coach Dane Stevens, Coach Weiss, and Coach Kiffin, they've been keeping tight contact with me ever since they started recruiting me. And every time I go up there, it gets better and better, and it's a great place to be. College Town of Oxford is amazing, and I know the fans are great. When I went up there recently, they treated me like that was going to be my home, and it was just a really fun experience to be there with them, especially the new staff, learning what they're going to do, the air raid, and with the stuff they did last year.
Right.
It's just a great thing.
Yeah. And let's see, you also took a visit to Vanderbilt. I know they've been on you for quite a while. Latest trip to Vanderbilt, anything really stick out from that standpoint that maybe you hadn't in previous visits there?
What stuck out to me at Vanderbilt is just also connections, Coach Lynch, you got Coach Simmons. There's great connections, all of them. Coach Simmons and Coach Lee both went to NBA.
Right.
So they try to keep tight connections with me and anybody else that they know, alumni from NBA and my coaches. And it's always great getting back up there because, they treat me like family. It's my home down here, Nashville, Tennessee, and it's always a great environment to be in. And Coach Lynch has been doing a great job recruiting. I love the way he runs the offense. I love the way how he contacts with me. Going to see him every time is a great thing.
Yeah. You get to watch, just in terms of the business we just covered, get to watch any of the practices?
I did. I watched Ole Miss practice. I watched Clemson's practice. I didn't get to see Vanderbilt's, but I'm going to try to plan on it sometime this month.
Gotcha. And you mentioned Arkansas as well. Another school. Have you been there yet?
I just got back from Arkansas this past weekend. Arkansas, a great place. It's beautiful out there. Fayetteville is really nice. Coach Browse, and just great. I love Coach Browse so much. When I went up there, they also made me feel like it was home. They try to do a great job. You just connecting, building relationships with the team. Every person I met, they talked about building a relationship. That's the first thing they're going to do when you get there, and I really love that about them. I got to see the end of their practice the first day I got there, which is really cool, and it looked very interesting in the team period they went through.
Yeah. I mentioned if you got to see spring practice, but I'm sure you're familiar with all these offenses. All these offenses, the schemes and everything, the schools you just mentioned. Are those kind of offenses you can really see yourself fitting into?
Yes, sir. I can see myself fitting into any one of those offenses. They do a great job of just throwing the ball. I like to throw the ball, and then doing things with their feet, the quarterback, and giving it to the running back. They do a whole variety of things, which I really like, and I think it's really interesting. Going into being a college quarterback, I think it's a great thing to be developed and be at least a pro style in some ways, which can develop you for the next level. And I think all of the schools that I've visited have done that.
Yeah. Curious just to overall, every school that's recruiting you, what they say they like about your skill set, your film, what you kind of bring to the table at the QB position.
Skill set, I think they like that I can throw the ball first. A lot of people think of me as a runner, but they think that I have a really nice arm, and I'd like to say I do have a really nice arm and that I'm a pass-first guy, but if the time comes, I can use my feet and get extend the play if it's needed, and that's what they really think is interesting about me.
Yeah. So what's next with you? I know you said you already have an official lined up. Talk about that, and maybe talk about some other schools you're thinking about taking officials to this summer.
So I've been to, Ole Miss, and planned an official with them possibly on their spring game weekend,
Okay.
which is the 23rd or the 29th, the weekend after that. Which one? Don't know for sure yet, but I'm going to contact with the coaches and figure that out. And then Arkansas is the only other one we're trying to figure out. For right now, we haven't really gone to any other school where I'm thinking about taking an official too, but that's another school that I'm thinking about it, and we're going to try to schedule that one out.
Yeah. What's your timetable when you want to be committed? You want to do it before your senior season?
Yeah, I would like to commit before my senior season. The possible time is, mid-June or July area, just before, fall camp starts.
What's biggest factors you're looking for in a school?
Biggest factors, just, player development, how coaches, relate with their players, how they connect with their players, and how the teammates connect with their other teammates. Just going in there, seeing the environment, how everybody interacts with each other is a great thing to see, and that's what I really look for going into different colleges.
All right. Sounds good, Marcel.
Sure.
Appreciate it, man.